Hello viewers, today's video is about the challenges of distance learning. Everyone was affected by the COVID-19 pandemic during this epidemic outbreak. This includes students who have been learning at school and now can't do face-to-face sessions. They need to learn about the new norm, which is distance learning, or online learning. In this video, we are going to talk about the challenges that students face during distance learning. The first challenge of distance learning is creating a huge gap between students. Kids from low-income family more likely to struggle in joining online classes due to their lack of devices and having internet connection problems rather than high-income families. This is because parents were unable to serve the best device and internet service for their children and causing children to feel unmotivated to be involved in classes. These technologies were not a must before the pandemic, however, they changed after the COVID outbreak. Learning support devices such as laptops, tablets, and smartphones are not cheap and not available to all families. Therefore, the government is helping solve this problem by having teachers tutor students through television. They also give students from rural areas free internet connections and a device to support and motivate them during this hard time.
For this phase, parents and teachers must collaborate to ensure that distant learning is successful. Parents must grasp what their children require to begin studying distance. Set up a physical space dedicated to school-related activities. For example, make sure it's peaceful, devoid of distractions, and having a strong internet. For teachers, apparently the teachers need to mainly be communicating regularly through platforms and virtual learning environments. They must ensure that everyone understands where to go to get the support they require as a therapist, but please be aware that it may take a day or two for us to react.
The next challenge of distance learning are the parents need to take care of their child during learning process, which means the parent have to be the teacher at home when their child are learning, which means when they are doing the online learning. By helping their child do online learning, this can cause the parent to get stressed out, which because the parent have to think much more than to help their child, such as housework and others like the office work and others. Another challenge of distance learning are the huge gap socio-economic between the student. The huge gap of socio-economic between students can affect the student in their learning, which one of the point is the higher of the family socio-economic status or the higher of the family income, the lower the enthusiasm the children have toward learning, which can cause the student to not wanting to learn anymore.
Now we take a look at the next challenge, which is, students have to learn other resources of learning besides school materials. This is because the materials that school provide is not enough for them. They had to search the materials on internet or go to library to get more information of it. This will affect their time schedule because they had to use more time to search and also to understand on what they search. For those students who had stable internet connection, it is easy for them because they just search it on the internet and can find the materials that they need as quick as possible. But for the student who had unstable internet connection, they had to go to library and that will take time because they had to search it one by one on the bookshelves. The solutions for this challenge are either the school had to add more materials or the government can provide a TV broadcast which is focused on the subject.
School has to think of new ways to teach their students through online learning. Many educational institutions, including students and teachers, had to adapt to remote learning, which posed many challenges, especially for the teachers, who have been striving to provide quality education without compromising the process and techniques of teaching. Online teaching requires teachers to understand various aspects of the technology ecosystem, and unlike the classroom, online teaching may prove ineffective for a teacher to gauge the learning levels of students. It is also difficult for teachers to give attention to every single student, but technology can surely help them achieve this objective. Apart from conducting classroom sessions online, which was phase 1 and seemed very temporary for teachers, they also have the responsibility to develop the digital format of the teaching materials. This has been a concern since there are many teachers with limited skills in advanced technology that will allow them to develop the content in a short duration for every session.
That is all from us. Thank you for watching.